The Formula Drift Championship has officially hit the halfway mark as the series heads due north from Atlanta to the next round in New Jersey. The iconic Wall Speedway features the steepest bank in the series, and with the luck and the talent of the championship leader James Deane still at the helm, the likes of Aasbo, Bakchis, Kearney, and Bluss need to stay on their game to take on this European standout. Who's going to take the lead at the halfway point? Let's find out only on Formula Drift Blackmagic Pro Championship, presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. Hello Drift fans, and welcome to the Garden State, better known as New Jersey. We're here at round 4 of the Blackmagic Formula Drift Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras. I'm Jared Deane. Well, after we award the carbon fiber trophies and pop some champagne bottles, we are officially at the halfway point because this is round 4, of course, of the round 8 of the 2017 championship. Talking about championship, Deane Carnage Carney. We will not be seeing him advancing on into the competition, as well as another notable driver, 3-time and defending FD champion, Chris the Force Forsberg, has retired early. That means it's up for grabs. Is James Deane still going to lead the pack? Before we find out, I throw it down to my co-host, Ryan Sage.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. I'm down here on the track at Wall Stadium, and we're about halfway through the season now. We've been to Long Beach, a street course, another oval at Orlando, and a wide open course at Road Atlanta. But what makes Wall so special is that bank right behind us. 33-degree bank with Armco, where we see a lot of guys go into that wall, and you have to be super prepared because once you come off this bank, you drop down very harshly. Your suspension has to be perfect before you hit that first inside clip, going into that second outer zone and the second inside clip through the finish line and that final turn there. So drivers that can manage through all that, get their setup right, will be successful here in Wall, New Jersey. But before we get to that and all the action in the Great 8, we're going to go on board with Ken Gucci in our Blackview course preview.
Hey guys, I'm Ken Gucci and this is your Blackview course preview. Now here at Wall Speedway, New Jersey, because the run-up is so short, I'm going to quick shift from first gear, second gear, third gear with a slight fade entry and then e-brake right into outer zone 1. Now from there, I'm going to get right back on the accelerator, carrying a lot of angle, momentum, right into the outside line, look towards the inside clip number 1, coming off the bank, hard 30-degree exit, hit that bump, right back to full throttle and full transition. Carrying that angle momentum, look towards the outer zone 2, transition one more time, and right back on the throttle. From there, I'm going to ride that outside line, looking towards inside clip number 2. I'm going to hit the inside clip number 2 hard with a lot of angle, transition towards touch and go. Now shoot towards inside clip number 3, powering through the finish line. And that is your Blackview course preview.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world that is based on judging, so let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific judging line with as much angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go too. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and was able to show clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup. For rules, criteria, and more information on Formula Drift, head to www.formuladee.com.
Ryan, here we have it. The Great 8 has been formed, and these are the drivers that are potentially taking a stab at getting on the podium. First and foremost, 2 former champions, Yoshihara in that beast of a vehicle that is the Subaru BRZ, and then Michael Essa back behind the wheel of a BMW that took him to his championship years prior.
Well, as you said, a lot of big names getting knocked out early, so some opportunity here for Michael Essa and Yoshihara to get some championship points. Here we go.
Nice initiation by Michael Essa, high on the wall. Yoshihara dropping in formation, past that first front clip. Good transition into the second outer zone.
The judges really want to see those rear wheels as deep into that zone as you can without going up on the bank, and you can see Michael Essa navigating through the course very smoothly and doing a great job.
One final front clip here for both drivers. Ryan, as you said, a very critical point, getting to that crease in that first outer zone.
When you can see Michael Essa coming through this second inside clip here, the smoke that Yoshihara had to deal with causing him to fall back a little bit and maybe giving an advantage to Essa.
That's a great point. You're not only going against the other driver, but also that smoke screen plays a critical role, and as the sun sets, it becomes a big obstacle. Yoshihara initiates into that first outer zone. Michael Essa gaining proximity as they drop down into the flat portion.
You can see Essa there not afraid to close the door on Daijiro Yoshihara, now letting him back off a little bit here, trying to close the door again, but Dai out front, great angles, he wraps into the second inside clip.
Love the angle, didn't get all the way out to that outer zone as they come into the final clip. Ryan, do we have a clear victor in your mind?
Well, Michael Essa took a big risk by diving in early on the bank, closing the door against Daijiro Yoshihara. He did fall off on that first inside clip, but so did Daijiro Yoshihara, and that may give him the edge.
Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results, and Mike Essa unanimously gets the win.
I just ran Dai in the top 8, and I love running Dai. You know, he's one of the dudes that just goes all out. Just a lot of fun driving with him. I led first, had a killer lead run, and the sun right now is really bad. You can't see the initiation point. You can't see coming into the last outer. It's getting tougher and tougher every round, not just with the competition, but being able to see out there. Had a great follow run behind him, and we're moving on.
We're only one battle deep in the grade 8, and there's plenty of rubber still to be burned as the remaining drivers get prepared and some of the fans meet their favorite drivers. More Formula Drift action when we return.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By Blackview Dash Cameras. And by Hankook Tire. Driving emotion.
Welcome back, drifting fans, to a packed house here at Wall Stadium, New Jersey. The party continues as we move on to our next battle into the Grade 8. Ryan, here we have James Deane and Kristaps Bluss.
Well, this is a huge battle right here for the championship. James Deane is your leader, but Kristaps Bluss is coming off a great event in Road Atlanta, trying to continue that progression.
As you said, Ryan, James Deane, he has a lot of momentum coming in here, but I know that Kristaps Bluss is getting more and more familiar with these tracks as he initiates. Look at these guys, Latvian versus Irishman.
Kristaps Bluss playing chicken with the guardrail here. Nice transition back around, but James Deane is keeping him in sight as they come around this second outer zone.
Kristaps, great degree of angle. That car is just emitting a huge amount of smoke. A nasty transition into that front clip.
Final turn here. James Deane starting to pour it on, but Kristaps out front with an incredible lead run.
Yeah, Ryan, we say it all the time. It bears repeating. In order to have a good chase run, you need a good lead run. Kristaps Bluss did exactly what he needs to do. James Deane, he had the proximity. He didn't mirror the angle exactly, but guess what? Now he's out front.
Well, Kristaps' car has an amazing amount of grip, so he's able to keep up with James Deane. He needs to keep the pressure on here and stay high on the bank.
James high on the bank. Kristaps maneuvers his car up there now, coming into the flat portion, past that first front clip.
Nice job right here by both drivers so far. James Deane very deep into the second outer zone. A little bit less angle there from Kristaps, but he's maintaining the proximity.
Good transition from both the drivers, now getting into the groove, literally and figuratively. One final clip, and Kristaps applying the pressure, letting his presence be felt.
Well, Bluss really making an impact there towards the end. Did a pretty good job overall. Deane out front, pretty consistent here. This is a close battle as we go to the judges.
Going to the Universal Technical Institute judging results, and Kristaps Bluss gets the victory.
Feeling good. Working on myself, so just trying to stay focused. Clean head, car's working perfect. Guys are on a top shape, so everything works for us, so why not use it?
All right, here we go, advancing on through the Grade 8, Frederick Aasbo versus Bakchis. Ryan, this should be a good one. Remember, Aasbo debuting this car, and he's making this little hot hatchback look really strong.
Well, I would say this is a must-win here for Frederick Aasbo. Halfway through the season, he needs to close a gap on James Deane if he wants a second championship.
Nasty initiation, and look at Bakchis mirroring him everywhere Aasbo goes, dropping down into that first front clip.
That was an incredible move by Odi there. High risk overall, but he's able to stay in the pocket here against Frederick Aasbo. Aasbo cannot get away.
Woo! These guys are on fire. Frederick Aasbo, look at this transition. I mean, he is flicking that thing around, but Bakchis is right there.
Well, it was a great lead run by Frederick Aasbo, but it was somewhat neutralized here by the chase run of Bakchis right from the get-go, door-to-door action, and he did not let him run away.
Pure evidence of some of the most talented drivers in the world. Bakchis now out front in that V8-powered Falcon Tires S14.
Aasbo's got his work cut out for him here. Odi already nice and high on the bank, and here comes Aasbo trying to close the door.
Frederick Aasbo now coming down, some separation there as Bakchis. Oh, you see a little correction there from Odi as well into that second outer zone.
Now wrapping around the final section here. Now Aasbo really laying on the pressure. Great job by Odie on that second inside clip. Final turn to the finish line.
Who's going to put an exclamation point on it? Who's going to the Final Four?
Well, we take a look on board here. You can see Aasbo keeping the pressure on Odie Bakchis. Right there, Odie makes a slight mistake, but he's able to get back on it. Let's see what the judges think.
And here it is. They are going one more time. I could not agree more. These guys are gladiators of the sport. They are throwing down. Frederick Aasbo back out front again. Odie Bakchis giving chase.
Let's watch Odie's initiation here, see if he gets in the pocket. And once again, he does. High-risk maneuver pays off one more time for Odie Bakchis.
Unbelievable execution there by both drivers, but Odie Bakchis, he does it again. He delivers as Aasbo now in that second outer zone.
Odie Bakchis looking better this second time around. Wow, nice transition there by Frederick Aasbo, but matched by Odie Bakchis. Incredible chase run here.
Yeah, just some nasty transitions. I really like what Aasbo's doing out front, but Odie Bakchis is very aggressive. He's doing exactly what he needs to do to knock down this former champion. But now Odie Bakchis will be out front with Frederick Aasbo and that Rockstar Energy Drink, Toyota Racing, Toyota Corolla IM on Essa tires.
Well, once again, Frederick Aasbo is facing a big challenge here as Odie has the lead. Starts off nice and high on the bank, and you can see Aasbo trying to chase him down, but not as close as Odie.
A beautiful shot there, both Mother Nature and the driving of these two beasts of the sport. Odie Bakchis now to that second outer zone. Aasbo cannot be shaken.
Well, this one more time battle is living up to it until right now as Aasbo makes a big mistake. If Odie Bakchis can hold it together, he will get the win, and Frederick Aasbo is done.
Yeah, you see Odie Bakchis shred that back bumper, and Frederick Aasbo, he is not drifting. Let's take a look at it again. Right there in that second outer zone, Frederick Aasbo shuts it down. Odie Bakchis continues with the angle. You have to think it's going to go the way of Odie, but let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Odie gets the win.
Aasbo, and man, you know, we just swapped the motor in, and I'm sure everyone could hear this thing's not running very well. So I am working to death inside this car. My shifter is literally coming off because I have to shift up, down throughout turns, which is very unorthodox in any race car. And I'm just trying to make it work. I am having to pedal hard and trying to have a good time, and we're gonna blow this thing to pieces and having a damn good time, that's for sure.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Nexen Tire, driving tomorrow. By Achilles Radio, tires you can trust. By Falcon Tires. And by Universal Technical Institute, chosen by industry, ready to work.
Welcome back to New Jersey, round 4 of 8 of the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship presented by Blackview Dash Cameras, the final battle of the Grade 8 to find out who the final driver is in the Final 4, Matt Coffman or Jeff Jones. Both V8-powered S-chassis vehicles. Who's going to come out on top, Ryan?
Well, a great event so far for Jeff Jones, making it all the way to the Grade 8 as it is, but Matt Coffman is really putting on the pressure to this field.
Yeah, both these drivers, when they're on, they are firing all cylinders, literally and figuratively. Matt Coffman higher on the bank, though, right now with that Ford V8-powered S-chassis.
Now coming off the bank, you can see wrapping around that first inside clip is Coffman. Jones starting to pour the pressure on here, but he did have that mistake on the bank.
Coffman right in the crease, dialed in. Huge angle from Coffman past that second front clip.
Nice fluid movement here by Coffman out front. He goes deep into this zone, wrapping around this fine. Oh, and there you go. Jeff Jones shutting it down.
Yeah, with him applying so much pressure, it looks strong for him, but right here, just approaching that final front clip, dead in the water. So now he's really going to have to throw down. Matt Coffman's going to be in his rear view mirror. Jeff Jones out front.
So an incomplete for Jeff Jones, but he does have the lead run here to contend with. Matt Coffman, he's got an advantage, but he's already low on the bank, and you can see Jeff Jones nice and high.
Barely see him through that smoke, the combination of the sun and the smoke. Jeff Jones doing what he needs to do, getting that second outer zone.
Matt Coffman playing it a little bit conservatively here, giving Jones an opportunity to be out front. Jones wrapping around, oh, and hitting that second inside clip pretty hard.
Yeah, both of them actually shoring up their line and taking out that front clip. Ryan, is that enough for Matt Coffman to get the win?
Well, when you have an incomplete by Jeff Jones, Matt Coffman would need to have that as well. I don't see it here, even though it wasn't the most powerful chase run.
Here we go to the judges. Matt Coffman gets the win.
Man, just, you know, bringing myself back to my old days, you know, just feeling like my old self again is really what I should have just done from the beginning, honestly. So it's looking like we might have a podium at this point, and man, I can't tell you how excited I am about it. I mean, if my dad was here, he'd be beyond proud of me. And I mean, that just makes me so stoked. But we still have some more work to do, so yeah, I'm stoked.
Coffman's in it. We're talking about the Final Four, but these two gentlemen are the first battle. Christoph Bluss qualifying 4th, going against Michael Essa, who qualified 8th. It's a battle of the BMWs.
Michael Essa getting that jump in the chase position. Christoph Bluss, the higher qualifier, takes the lead.
All right, Christoph throws it in aggressively. Look at there, Essa. He comes up and swoops up right next to the door of Christoph's.
A little bit less angle there from Essa on the bank. You can see Bluss was nice and high, back on the throttle here, trying to fill that second outer zone as they head into the second inside clip.
Christoph's car is just digging in to the pavement where the Achilles radials meets the road. Both these guys on Achilles as Michael Essa drops in, tightening up to that final clip.
And you can see Essa falling off a little bit there towards the end, but the big challenge here for the chase drivers is Michael Essa just swoops right behind Christoph Bluss. Is trying to avoid being blocked by the smoke.
Ryan, it's been noted, I got to point it out, that Michael Essa has probably some of the thickest smoke coming off the back of his vehicle. Let's see if it gets in Christoph Bluss's way. Right out of the gate. Look at Christoph's right into the door of Essa.
Bluss very, very tight there, but he has a lot less angle than Essa. That may hurt him in the end. You can see he's surging forward. His vehicle obviously has a lot of grip, but he's not able to maintain the angle here that Essa has out front.
These guys are on fire. Look at this into the second outer zone. Ryan, do we have a clear-cut victor here? What do you think?
Well, I think the aggression overall by Bluss is going to hurt him a little bit because he does lose angle when he comes in for these attacks. It's very impressive, but it might give an edge to Michael Essa.
Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results, and Mike Essa gets the win.
You know what? Christoph has looked so fast all weekend, and he is. So we gripped up the car, more grip than I've ever put in the car, and we were able to stay right there with him, even pull him in a couple spots. And the car feels great right now. The power is so good. The tires are working so well out here. Yeah, I'm stoked.
Here's the other side of the Final Four bracket. Odi Bakchis, Matt Coffman. Coffman qualifying 6th, Odi Bakchis qualifying 15th. Both S chassis, both V8s under the hood. Ryan, who do you think's gonna get the victory, bud?
Well, we heard the struggle from Odi Bakchis having to change that engine last night, but look at Matt Coffman getting pushed off the start line here. Fluid all over the place, and that is gonna mean an easy victory for Odi Bakchis as he takes a victory lap through the course.
An unfortunate turn of events for Matt Coffman. We want to see him on the box, but Odi Bakchis is going now to the finals.
Gotta go battle Mike Essa, man. He's a SoCal buddy of mine, so it should be fun. Should be a good time.
Bakchis and Essa, when we return, fuel in the tanks, air in the tires. The finals are upon us here in New Jersey.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Black Magic. Own your shine. By NOS with Complex 6 for high performance energy. By Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts. And by Blackview Dash Cameras.
Ryan, the driving here in New Jersey has been one for the books. Some aggressive driving. I call this the circus track, and it has delivered a 3-ring and now a 2-ring circus. These guys are going to go toe-to-toe. Odi Bakchis, Michael Essa. Ryan, who's going to get the win? Here's the sun sets.
Well, a major battle here about to get underway, but we also have the championship to think about, and for Odi Bakchis and Michael Essa, this is a big move forward for them.
Essa initiates strongly out of the gate, and Odi Bakchis back into formation just like he did against Aasbo.
Both drivers have battled all night. It's coming down to these 2 laps with Essa out front. You can see Odi right there hits that second inside clip, but he is not giving up.
Essa just dancing on that line, getting into the crease. Odi Bakchis doing the same. Odi Bakchis cutting through that thick Achilles smoke.
The fluidity of Michael Essa out front around those second and last clipping points was amazing there. You can see both drivers really laying down an awesome show, but look at Essa right here, just smooth through that second inside clip and through the finish line.
Some great fluid movements by Essa, but do not count out Odi just yet. The odds were stacked against him. This is his second engine. He's fighting this vehicle, and is he going to take it to the top? We're about to find out. Odi initiates into the first outer zone.
Odi a little bit lower on the bank here. Michael Essa closing a little bit, left foot braking right there. Oh, Essa makes a big mistake and shuts it down. Odi Bakchis just needs to finish the run here, and he will be the victor.
Odi Bakchis, again, worked on his engine, replaced the engine till the wee hours of the morning. Here is is he going to take it all the way to the top? Ryan Sage one more clip away, and there you have it, Odi Bakchis.
Well, a big turn of events here as Michael Essa looks like he makes a mistake. We're now hearing that he debeated a tire and is unable to finish the run.
It's crazy to see what Odi Bakchis went through, and now here it is. Odi Bakchis gets the win here in New Jersey.
A lot of hard-fought battles here tonight, but Odi Bakchis is your winner, Michael Essa in second, and Kristaps Bluss in third.
Well, an incredible event here in New Jersey. Some of the most hardcore fans sticking around under lights. You guys want to see some more battles? Yeah. They're ready to go at it again. Well, Kristaps Bluss is back on the podium in third place. Michael Essa in second. Odi Bakchis fights all the way to the end. He blows up his engine, works till 3 a.m., and his second engine blows up in the final battle. Ryan Sage is with our winner now.
All right, well, thank you, Jared. I'm here with your winner, Odi Bakchis. Now, Odi, that was one of the most inspirational wins I think I've ever seen in Formula Drift history. Multiple one more times, wrenching till 3 a.m. Your car breaks on the last run, and you get the win here, and you're in the championship chase.
Yeah, I'm glad you think that as well. It was an insanely challenging event. You know, my team worked so hard, I worked so hard. It's that much sweeter of a win because it was insane. Couldn't be happier overall. Even though the car just gave out, perfect timing, and I'm excited to be back in the hunt and get some points.
We love watching you drift. Your winner here, Odi Bakchis. Congratulations for everybody at Formula Drift in Jared Deane. I am Ryan Sage. We're moving up to the north as we head up to Canada for round 5 at St. Eustache.
And here are your championship points leaderboard. James Deane still out front, Michael Essa second, Aasbo in third, Brian Turk and Odi now in the top 5. Here's your Auto Manufacturers Championship. Toyota's out front, Ford in second, BMW sits in third. And finally, our Tire Manufacturer Championship. Falcon leading the pack, Achilles Radial in second, Nexen Tire rounding out the top 3. Our next stop, we head to our first battle outside of the lower 48. That's Montreal St. Eustache. Thanks for joining us in New Jersey. It's been one for the books as we continue on with our 2017 championship rounds. In association with Formula Drift, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.